Hello, everybody. Yeah, we haven't been down here in a while, have we? Yeah, we're down here in the basement, and I was going through some boxes down here, and I found a really cool box full of video games. Yep. And not only that, though, it has my entire Super Nintendo collection. And that's what we're going to talk about today here on the Media Files. Welcome back. So obviously, yeah, the shirt needs no introduction. It's Mario, which obviously came out with the game. Yeah, they had two games that came out with the system. One game that came with it, obviously, was Super Mario World. Yeah, such a great original game. And not only that, though, they really upped the ante for everything. And such a classic game. So up next, the game that came out on the same day, we have Super Mario All Stars. Yeah, which features the all three of the original games as well as the lost levels, including which is actually the original Super Mario Brothers 2. That was originally released in Japan. Up next, we have a fighting game. Yeah, one of my favorite characters of all time, Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Tournament Fighters. Now, this game has actually been released also on the Sega Genesis, but it also was released very late in the game. Was also released on the original Nintendo as well. Yeah, very late in the Nintendo's life cycle, and I'm like, wow, this one's cool though. So up next we have let's see here. What was that? Oh, speaking of fighting games, we have one of the only colored cartridge that I have. We have Killer Instinct. Yeah, this game was so cool when it came out. Created by Rare, and not only that though, one of the very few video games that actually came with with its own soundtrack. Yeah, that was pretty cool. A friend of mine had actually introduced me to this game, and because we had been playing Mortal Kombat and whatnot, we're like, well, check this game out. So, and it's cool. So, up next, we have a side-scroller beat-em-up. Yeah, who can't go wrong with those type of games? They need to bring those back, by the way. We have, he's coming back this coming Friday. We have Batman Returns. Yep, made by Konami. And what can I say? This game rules. It's so good. I love it. And on top of that, I can play this game for hours. So, let's see here. We got more stuff down here. Let's see here. Yep, as you can hear, they're not really in cases or anything because, what can I say? Nobody really kept the cases when we were kids, did we? So, this game obviously needs no introduction because, God, this game is so good. It took me forever to finally beat it, and I haven't played it in years. But we have, I think if memory serves me right, I think this was the last Super Nintendo game I bought for like a long time, and I really haven't bought any games since. We have, what can I say? End it with a bang, right? I have Super Castlevania 4. Yeah. What can I say? Great game, hard, but the controlling is perfect on this game. It is. If you're, not of the generation that grew up with this, you should play this. Seriously, you should play it. It's so good. So, up next, we have one of my favorite games from the Blue Bomber himself. We have Mega Man X. Yep. Such a great series. I know it's gone on to... I've got the PS2 collection of this, so it has that. But I bought this game when I went down to visit my uncle who lives in Texas, by the way. And I was allowed to take my Super Nintendo with me, which was cool. And because I figured, the boy needs something to entertain himself, so just let him. So I bought this game down there, and cool, why not? So Up next, we have this was actually the first Super Nintendo game I ever bought with my own money. Because I was allowed to get one game, for Christmas. Because they were pretty pricey back then. $40 was pretty pricey for a game. Not to say $70 isn't still, but I have Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back. Yep. So I had Mario All Stars, and this Star Wars game. So that was it for a while. But then came 1993. Yep, a game that is literally based on a 30-year-old film. We have Jurassic Park. Now, my friend and I, he and I would play this game all the time, and one thing we never finally realized was that this game never had a save feature. So what he did was that he kept playing it over and over and over again, and he actually created his own little map for it. So that way, whenever we would play it, we kind of know where to go and, where to get everything. I think he might still have it to this day. I don't know. But hey, what can I say, though? We played that game so much. It was awesome. So then, let's see here. Up next, we have, this game. What can I say? I got so good at this game, I couldn't even get hit at it. We have the original release of Star Fox. Yep. Thanks to them and creating the Super Effects chip, where would we be today? Now, in Europe, it's released as Star Wing, but it's the same thing. So, what can I say? Let's see. So up next, this game. I got this game for my birthday, actually, several years ago, because I was basically stooped into wrestling at that time. We have the WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. Yep. And I do have this game also on the PlayStation. The only difference between the two is that there are 2 extra characters on the PlayStation that this could not hold. So I believe it's Bam Bam Bigelow and I think Lex Luger, I believe. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. This game. Well, what can I say? I enjoyed it because, well, it was Batman, but this game is still hard as hell. I still can't beat it. We have Batman Forever. Yep. Basically, it's Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Other YouTubers have talked about it at great length. Just type in Batman Forever Mortal Kombat. You'll find something out there. It's alright. It's not the greatest game, but it's hard. What can I say? So, let's see here. What's next? There's only a few more titles in here. Now, granted, this is all what I found in this box. I know I have a few other games kind of sitting around somewhere, but now I do have the first game of this series. So, yeah, I think it's in another box somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it is. Excuse me, but I have Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. Yep, this game is awesome. All 3 of them are, still pretty cool graphics still to this day. And, really wish that they would, re-release, like, if they would do a Switch, like, if they would do, like, a graphical update of the trilogy. That would be sweet, by the way. And so we also have Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. What can I say? The only game without Donkey Kong in it and Diddy Kong, but great game. A little bit different, but still overall, if you like the feel of it, whatnot, it's still basically the same. And finally, this game. Well, what can I say? It's Star Wars. We have Super Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. Hard. Very hard. Even on easy, it's hard. But what can I say? That's basically, it for this Super Nintendo collection. Yeah, it's pretty small. My Super Nintendo collection is very small compared to some people's. But like I said, though, I do have Donkey Kong Country. I do have the original. It's somewhere, I believe, and I also do have Mortal Kombat 3. I can't remember exactly where it is. There's also a couple other games that I also do have, like such as F-Zero and whatnot. Like I said, I think they're in another box somewhere. I'm not quite sure how it is, but you know how it is. Whenever you move, you put stuff here, you put stuff there, and then years later you end up finding it. So, yeah, hopefully someday I can track down some other games to add to the collection one of these days. But some of these games go for a lot of money. There's certain games I wish I had bought, way back when, like for example, Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 2 and 3, Mortal Kombat 2, those type of games, but especially Super Mario RPG, because that I really wish I had bought that when it came out, because I had no idea what that type of game was going to be like, and now it goes for a buttload of money. So yeah, well, that basically completes this, video game update. And not really a video game update, but really more like a collection overview. But there's actually more in this box. So, yep. So we'll go through what's next here. See you in a bit.